Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm going to talk about break and continue, and then I'm going to give you guys an example that which is going to be about printing the numbers from 10 to 1 and we will be skipping 3, 6, 9. Then how do we do that? So what is break and then what is continue? So continue is skipping the iteration, the current iteration. We will be skipping the current iteration with the continue keyword, right? Continue keyword. With the break, we are going to be able to break out of the loop. We are going to break the loop, right? We are gonna get out of the loop with the break keyword. Okay, so how that happens? I'm gonna create one for loop, and I'm gonna int num equals 1, and then num less than or equal 10, and then num plus plus. So what's happening here? We are declaring a for loop, right? We are creating a for loop, and then in the first lane, in the first area, we are actually initializing, right? Initialization area, and then we are actually putting the condition here, and then we are increasing, right? We are doing the increment here. Okay, so how do we use break here? So before you use the break, you might want to give some condition, right? You just don't want to get out of the loop, right? So some condition is supposed to happen, then we might want to break the loop. So in this case, I'm going to use if condition and put some condition here. Maybe whenever my number equals 5, I want to get out of the loop, right? I want to get out of the loop. And then whenever we print this out, now, so are you going to be able to see the rest of the number on the console after 5? I mean, even the 5, because whenever we are saying, or maybe you can put the condition here bigger than 5, then you will be able to see the 5 on the console. But if you're making it equals, then you will not be able to see the 5 on the console. So what did Java do is here, Java broke to Java broke out of the loop, right? Java got out of the loop because you're telling him to get out of the loop whenever the condition is happening. So condition is happening whenever the iteration comes to the fifth iteration, then if number equals 5, then it is gonna get out of the loop, right? It is gonna get out of the loop. So this is all about break. It is breaking the loop. Okay, let's talk about the continue, right? And you can still use num equals again 1, and then num less than or equal 10. I'm doing the same thing, same condition, nothing is hard. And then I'm gonna again use continue, right? I'm gonna use continue, but again, before you use the continue, you might want to give it a condition, right? Why would you skip this iteration? So in this case, if condition, right? If condition, so whenever the num equals 5, again, see, I am giving you the same condition, but what does it gonna do? What is it gonna do? What is it gonna do? It is going to skip that specific iteration, right? Specific iteration whenever the condition is matching. Whenever the condition is matching. This is continue, right? This is continue. So what's gonna happen? As you guys see, I don't see 5 on the console. Do you guys see on the 5? Do you guys see 5 on the console? No, right? So we skipped that iteration. We told Java to skip that iteration. Whenever the iteration comes to the fifth iteration, whenever my number equals 5, please skip that condition. In real-time environment, you might want to skip some iteration, right? Because whenever that the number of the iteration comes, you don't want to do something on that iteration, right? You might want to skip that. Also, whenever the right, so let's say break, you might want to break the loop because in the previous lines you did what you gotta do with your code. Then whenever it comes to that iteration, you might want to get out of the loop because there is no mean to continue, right? Because you did what you gotta do, right? That's why you might want to get out of the loop. But in some case, you might want to skip the iteration. That's what's happening. And let's talk about the example actually here. So print numbers from 10 to 1 and skip 6, 9, 10. Let's do it. So it is talking about skip. What are we going to use here? What are we going to use here? Of course, continue, right? We are going to skip those iterations. So we're supposed to skip 3, 6, 9 to be able to not to see those on the console, right? To be able to skip those iterations, we need to use continue, right? Num bigger than equal 1, and then num less than num minus minus. So num minus minus, it is decrement, right? We need to decrease because the starting point is 10 and the ending point is 1. So what's going to happen? We cannot increase that, right? We cannot increase. The starting point is 10. We need to decrease till the 1, right? Also, again, we are using if, right? If condition, and then num. Whenever the num equals, let's do it together. So whenever the num equals 3, this is the first condition. Whenever the num equals 3, what are we gonna do? We're gonna continue. We're gonna continue. So how would you do this? Like, how would you do this? Right? Would you wanna put another if condition here? Would you wanna put another if condition? Or how would you do that? Right? You wouldn't want to put another if condition, right? You wouldn't want to put another if condition. You can do it inside of the one if condition with the or operator. So num equals 6 or num equals 9, right? So what's happening here? I'm telling Java, hey, if one of these condition is happening, if one of these condition is happening, please skip it. Skip this iteration. So whenever the number is 3, skip. Whenever the number is 6, skip. Whenever the number is 9, skip, please. Right? That's how you write the condition. That's how you write the condition with the arithmetic operators, right? With the arithmetic operators. Okay, so whenever I click run, we are not going to be able to see 3, 6, and the 9 on the console, right? So what do we see here? 10, 8, 7, 5, 4, 2, 1. There is no 3, there is no 6, and there is no 9. So what did we do? What did we do here? We skipped those iterations. We skipped those iterations with the continue keyword, and with the break keyword, we are getting out of the loop. We are getting out of the loop. All right. Thank you very much for watching. This is all about this video, and I see you guys in the next video. Thank you.